Hello, everyone. Thank you for participating in the webinar. And hi, I'm Siddharth Gautam, and I will discuss on how Kotak Neo can enhance your trading experience. Sandeep cannot attend this webinar due to some personal emergency. Hope to see him next time. Since this is our first time talking about the Neo API, I'll do my best to simplify everything so that you can use Kotak Neo API on your own. Uh, the first, Kotak Neo API is not a default application. So it is not that it is available to you by default. You need to subscribe to it, and there is no subscription fee. Let's begin with the first process of how to subscribe to Neo API. Yeah, so I'm sharing my screen with you. So let's start with the first step on how to subscribe to Kotak Neo API. First, go to kotaksecurities.com, and here under products, click on Neo Trade API. You will land on this page. You can fill your details of client code and then click on register for API, and you have to fill all the details. Once you fill all the details and click on submit, your subscription request will come to us, and this could take up to 1 working day, and your API credentials will be sent to you on your registered email address. Since we have API credentials now, we are good to begin start using our APIs. So the next step, we are going to show how to log in to the WSO2 portal, which is our API manager, and from there, how we can consume our APIs. So let me show you. Yeah. So this is what our API portal looks like. Here, the first step is that we have to log in. Since the email you contains the email address, the email you receive along with the credentials of API, you have to use that credentials for logging in. So yeah, now I'm logged in to WSO2 portal. Here you have to go to applications. You can see all these cards. These cards are the available API to you. Before getting into those API details, let us first understand the application. So this is the default application which will appear on your screen. When you click on this, go to production key, and here you can find your customer key, customer secret, and from here you can generate the access token. uh, you have to be very careful about the expiry time of the access token, because the expiry of access token is defined by the settings listed below, and you must configure this according to your needs. So if you want to expire it very at less time, you can define this time accordingly. I used to keep this for a longer period so that I should avoid repeatedly generating it. So there are two methods. You can click on generate access token. If you click, your access token will get generated, and you can use it every time till the this expiry time is not reaching. Or second method, you can generate curl. Using curl, you can programmatically consume your APIs and generate your access token. So next, we are going to share screen. Yep. So first, this is my authentication bearer, and this is the token that we have generated. You pass it here, and then you can start consuming it. The first method I am going to define is that this is the variables. So I have taken all the variables. This is name and password for your API credentials. Your fin key, by default, all the fin key is going to be Neo Trade API. Mobile number, you must prefix by +91. Your PAN, trading password and NPIN. सो सबसे पहले हम जनरेट करने वाले हैं एक्सेस टोकन. आपने पिछले स्टेप में देखा था कि हमने एक्सेस टोकन डायरेक्टली जनरेट किया था WSO2 पोर्टल से. ये सेकंड मेथड है जहां की हम एक्सेस टोकन जनरेट करने वाले हैं प्रोग्रामेटिकली. सो आपने जो कर्ल जनरेट किया था, यू कैन राइट वन कोड using that curl and generate the access token. So here I'm generating access token using the curl command, and since I'm a Python programmer, I'm using Python for it. Here you can see my expiry time is given as I have given in the settings. Since I have set for the longer period of time, I can use the same access token every time. So there are two methods. या तो आप जाकर के WSO2 पोर्टल से यानी API पोर्टल से जनरेट कर लें एक्सेस टोकन और उसको हर बार यूज कर सकते हैं, या तो फिर आप एक प्रोग्राम लिख सकते हैं और उस प्रोग्राम के जरिए भी आप जनरेट कर सकते हैं. यहां पे ये जो कॉम्बिनेशन है, ये बेस 64 में आपका API की और API सीक्रेट पास करते हैं, and along with that you have to pass your username and password. This username and password is of your API portal. So API portal का username and password पास करके you can generate this complete token. जब एक बार एक्सेस टोकन जनरेट हो गया तो हमको जो नेक्स्ट स्टेप है दैट इज जनरेटिंग SID. So let me show you the card for it. Yes. So when you go to login card, here the first thing you will see is the login validate. Let's see what is available over here. You have to, it will ask you to pass SID and auth token, but there's two steps. आपको लॉगिन पूरे दो स्टेप्स में करने होते हैं. पहले में आप SID जनरेट करते हैं, दूसरे स्टेप में आप SID पास करके सेशन जनरेट करते हैं. तो चलिए हम देखते हैं सेशन कैसे जनरेट कर सकते हैं. Yes. So what is required over here is access token that you have generated above, और या तो आपने पहले से जनरेट करके रखा हुआ है. User credentials, mobile number and MPIN. So here, this is the endpoint that we have just discussed. That is login version to validate. यहाँ पे हेडर के अंदर में आप बेरर टोकन पास करेंगे जो कि आपने पहले से जनरेट कर रखा है, और बॉडी के अंदर आपको पास करना है मोबाइल नंबर एंड MPIN. सो वंस यू पास द हेडर as bearer token and body with mobile number and MPIN, you will be able to generate token. Let's just get deep into it, what exactly we are getting over here. So अगर आप देखेंगे तो पहला डिटेल्स टोकन का है. ये व्यू टोकन है जो आपको आगे सेशन जनरेट करने में मदद करेगा. And then you have one SID and RID. We'll discuss in detail how SID and RID is important for further सेशन जनरेशन. हमारे पास सेशन जनरेट करने के दो तरीके हैं. या तो हम OTP जनरेट करके सेशन जनरेट करें, या तो फिर हम जिस टोकन को बेस लेकर के भी सेशन जनरेट कर सकते हैं. आइए हम दोनों मेथड के बारे में बात करते हैं. सो फॉर जनरेटिंग OTP, I'll show you first the card. यस, यहाँ पे आपने देखा होगा ओटीपी जनरेट का एक मेथड है। इस मेथड के अंदर आपको यूजर आईडी पास करना होता है एंड जस्ट बाय दैट यू विल बी एबल टू जनरेट द ओटीपी। ओटीपी आपके मोबाइल नंबर और रजिस्टर्ड ईमेल एड्रेस दोनों पे आएगा। Yes. So once you generate OTP, it will send to your email address and mobile number. Using the OTP, you can pass the, again, your header is going to be SID, auth token that you have generated, and authentication bearer. Once you pass that, you have to pass the user ID. How to get the user ID? So आपने जो ये जनरेट किया था टोकन, अगर आप इस टोकन को jwt.io में जाकर डिक्रिप्ट करेंगे, you will be able to get this user ID, and then you will be able to generate this session. Second method is simpler. You just pass SID. We have generated SID above and authentication token along with authentication bearer, and body में आपको मोबाइल नंबर एंड ट्रेडिंग पासवर्ड पास करना है. Once you do that, your session is generated. So along with session, you also receive server ID, and this is your session. एक बार जब सेशन जनरेट हो गया, एज ऑफ नाउ हमारे सेशन की वैलिडिटी 1 घंटे की होती है, तो हर 1 घंटे पे आपको सेशन रिफ्रेश करना होगा, जिसके लिए हम रिफ्रेश टोकन यूज करते हैं. रिफ्रेश टोकन में SID, ऑथ टोकन, ऑथेंटिकेशन बियर दैट इज द एक्सेस टोकन, इसके साथ साथ आपको RID पास करना होता है. और जैसे ही आप RID पास करके ये API कॉल करेंगे, यू विल गेट द दिस न्यू टोकन, एंड दिस न्यू सेशन टोकन विल बी वैलिड फॉर 1 hour अगेन. We are working on extending this session time to 1 day. Then you need not to run refresh token again and again. Now coming to the order placement. For order placement, these are the variable which is required to pass the and to place the order. Once you go to documentation, you can see the details of all the required variable. But in general, what is required is which product you want to place order, what is the price, quantity, script, action, whether you want to buy or sell, exchange detail, disclose quantity. This is optional only when you want to disclose your quantities, else you can pass it 0. Trigger price, if you wanted to place a stop loss order, your product type will be SL, else with limit order, you can pass your trigger price as 0. फिर से हम हेडर्स एक बार देख लेते हैं. हेडर्स में आपने SID, ऑथ, और इस बार आपको नियोफिन की पास करना पड़ेगा. नियोफिन की वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड दैट इट इज अ कांस्टेंट फॉर यू, एंड ऑथेंटिकेशन बियर. अलॉन्ग विद दैट बॉडी में आपका SID पास होगा, एंड ऑर्डर डिटेल्स में आप देख सकते हैं हमने डिस्क्लोज क्वांटिटी, एक्सचेंज, प्रोडक्ट, प्राइस, quantity, and trigger price is subject to you want to place a stop loss order or not, a script and action. Once you place order, on successful placement you will get status as okay and one order number. एक बार जब ऑर्डर नंबर आ गया, आप उस ऑर्डर का ऑर्डर हिस्ट्री देख सकते हैं, या फिर आप ऑर्डर बुक की API कॉल कर सकते हैं. ऑर्डर बुक की API को कॉल करने के लिए अगेन से हेडर आपका कांस्टेंट रहेगा. आपको सिर्फ ऑर्डर API का एंड पॉइंट कॉल करना है. जब आप ऑर्डर API कॉल करते हैं, यू विल गेट टू सी ऑल द डिटेल्स ऑफ पेंडिंग ऑर्डर्स एंड ट्रेड ऑर्डर्स. ऑर्डर मॉडिफिकेशन, फॉर दैट यू हैव टू पास टोकन एंड स्क्रिप्ट डिटेल्स. जब आप ऑर्डर मॉडिफाई कर रहे हैं, यू कैन मॉडिफाई प्राइस, क्वांटिटी अकॉर्डिंगली basis what is your order type. Here you have to pass order number as well. Again header आपका constant रहेगा. आप जे डेटा के अंदर जो भी वेरिएबल्स है आप उसको पास कर सकते हैं एंड देन यू कैन modify the order. On successful modification, you'll get the status as okay. And again, you can go back to the order details page and see if the order is modified or not. In my case, I was modifying my order to 538 rupees. You can see earlier this order was of 540 rupees. So this order is successfully modified. For cancellation of order, keeping the header same, you have to go to the endpoint of cancel order and just pass the order number. On successful completion of order cancellation, you will get status as okay. And if you go to the order history, you will again see that order is cancelled. The most important part of all order placement is the script master. How do you know that what is the script details? For that, you can call the script master and it will give you the all available files exchange wise, and in this file you can check what is the script code and the script details along with exchange, and you can use it for order placement. Now coming to portfolio holding. Just, is my screen visible? Yes, okay. Thank you. So on portfolio holding, once you have placed order, obviously you can check your positions and all. You can also check your holdings. So for holding API, keeping the headers same, you have to pass this variable and hit the endpoint for holdings. You will get to see complete holding details in NSE and BSE as well. So here, with this detail, what is going to happen is that if you want to sell the same stock in BSE or NSE, this will help you along with the script code and your average price. If you want to get the transaction details, you have to pass instrument token and the instrument type. And this endpoint will provide you the complete detail of the transaction. Okay. I will show you once again the API cards for better understanding. Yeah, so for login, you have to first go to the validate. First time you generate the SID, then you pass the SID and generate the session. Once session is generated, you can run the refresh token and refresh the token after only every 1 hour, because as of now the validity of your session token is 1 hour. You can also check health. It gives you the settings that if your session is active or not. If you want to programmatically log out, you can also opt for the logout option. Here you have to pass the auth and SID, and if you hit the endpoint, it is going to log out from the session. And this is the OTP generate option. That is what we have discussed. So if you want to log in using the OTP method, you can use this method. Now coming to API cards for order placement. You can use this place order method by keeping the header SID, auth, neo fin key, and then server ID. You must have to pass the server ID for order placement, and you can place the order. Once order is placed, You can modify or cancel the order. During modification, you must have to pass the script details and order number. For cancellation, it is simple method. You just have to pass the order number and you will be able to cancel the order. You can check order book, order history, and trade book. If any order is traded, it will start appearing in the trade book. For positions, if you have any open position for the day, you can check positions tab, and in this tab, you will get to see all the open positions. Limits. So if you are placing order and want to ensure before placement of order that you have sufficient margin, you can check the limits. However, the fund transfer method is not available. So for fund transfer method, you have to go to mobile app or website. This is the master script. So master script, this is the script master file where you will get all the list of script master for cash and derivative for all the exchanges. As of now, we are supporting NSE, BSE only. M6 is not yet available. So once you execute this, you will get to see the endpoint of all the files, and you can consume that CSV file and check script details. Then we talk about the portfolio. Under portfolio, we have two things. First is holding, so that you can come to know all the available holdings in your account. And if you want to know the transaction details, you can go to the transaction details endpoint. So that's it from the API part. Next time we are going to discuss about the WebSocket. So how we can use WebSocket for live streaming price. Now we can open Q&A. So we have one question from Basu, that after script master, should I have been the codes LTP bid API? So Basu, as of now, we are not providing codes API. You can use WebSocket connection for getting the live streaming price. How is Neo API is different from the existing API? So Neo API is faster than the existing API. Okay, so I have a question. What is API and what is the use of that? So API helps you to programmatically consume the trading system. So if I wanted to place any order, the first method is that I will track market and then place order. If I wanted to place order at when price reaches 500 rupees, and as of now it is trading at 480, 490. Only option is that I'll sit at the screen and keep monitoring the price and then place order. Second option is that I can write a program to trigger me one event when market reaches 500, and then I can decide whether I want to place order or not. And accordingly, I can monitor my holdings, my positions, and API enables you to monitor larger market and get benefit of the technology. Do we have Python SDK? No, as of now, we do not have Python SDK. However, we are working on Python SDK, and by next, it may take up to 3 months, and we'll be able to come up with Python SDK. Is WebSocket available or is under construction? WebSocket is available, and the next webinar we are going to do on WebSockets. GTC order is there for limit? No, GTC order is not yet available on Neo API. Yes, documentation is available for Neo API. So I'll show you how to access documentation. Go to products, click on Neo Trade API, and then scroll down and click on API documentation. Here you can see documentation, and from top you can change to your preferred language. Like if I want Python, I can go Python request. So you'll be able to see your responses in terms of Python. What is the charge for API? So as of now, we are not charging anything for the API. So no additional charges. Whatever your brokerage plan will continue, even if you place order through API or any other platform, and no additional charge for subscription. It is a subscription-based product, so you have to go and subscribe for the product, but there is no charges for it. API is free. So what's charges for API use? Again, API is free, so there is no additional charges. There's a question that when I'm passing SID or auth, the error does not come and it hangs, unable to handle errors due to the problem. Your comments, please. Most probably you are not hitting the right endpoint, and that is why it is happening. Because if you are hitting the right endpoint, it should generate session. We have sample documentation. That is what I have just shown you. So go to our documentation and you can consume any sample API calls. Hope that will solve your problem. Can the Neo API be integrated on TradingView platform? So as of now, we are integrated with multiple fintech partners. I believe Stoxo empowers TradingView platform. So if you are using Stoxo, via Stoxo, you can start consuming Neo API on TradingView platform. Uh, I am not able to run. So CA Kalpesh Lakhani, I'm not able to run pip install from GitHub of Kotak. Can anyone Kotak help? So pip is for existing Kotak API and not for the Neo. We are not. We have not yet released pip version for or the SDK for Neo. I believe you are using the old credentials. You can write to us. I will show you the correct path of latest SDK. Just hold for a moment. So I'll show you how to go to correct path. Go to trading API. Under that, click on this Python. And here you can install the pip command for installation of the API. So this will install your existing Kotak SDK. This is not Neo. So Kalpesh, hope this answered your question. So Nityanand asked, can it be more user friendly like algo test? Customer have no knowledge of programming language, cannot use it. So Nityanand, yes, for consuming API, you need some sort of technical knowledge to consume APIs. Since it involve programming, yes, you need some sort of programming understanding to consume API. How to access Kotak Neo API? So for accessing Kotak Neo API, you must need to have one Kotak Neo account. Uh, Once you have Kotak Neo account, you can opt for the or subscribe for Kotak Neo API. Once you subscribe, you get email along with the credential details. You can log into the API portal, and then I have already explained you the process how to generate your session and API credentials. Rakesh Yadav, which programming language need to know? You can use any programming language. किसी खास प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज की आवश्यकता नहीं है, आप किसी भी प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज में कंज्यूम कर सकते हैं एपीआई. सो वंस आई शो यू द कर्ल, यू कैन सी आप कर्ल किसी भी लैंग्वेज में ट्रांसलेट कर सकते हैं. सो since we are offering REST APIs are platform or program agnostic. Whether you know C, C++, or Python, Java, आप किसी भी लैंग्वेज में कंज्यूम कर सकते हैं API. MF and bond portfolio here available. So API is only available for equity and derivative. MF and bonds is not available. So API is not available for mutual funds. Is there a limit for calls LTP through API? Yes, there is a limit. You cannot make more than 10 API calls per second. That is what the limitation of API. Any charges for using API? No, we have already answered. There's no charges for additional charges for API. Whatever charges or whatever broker is agreed and in your account, you need to pay that only. But for APIs, there is no subscription fee. There is no additional fee for API. How API will help startups? Can you please explain? So you can consume API for enable trading, or you can create customer side reports. Do you have historical data? So again, CA Kalplesh Lakhani is asking, do we offer historical data? So as of now, we are not offering historical data. We are only offering login, trading, and portfolio related API, so that along with the streaming API, that is the WebSocket. So you can log in using our API, see the live streaming price, trade, check your order positions, and that is what available as of now. We are not offering historical data. इज इट कॉम्पिटेबल विद मोबाइल फोन? सो बेसिकली जब आप एपीआई इस्तेमाल करते हैं, यू नीड जनरली यू डू कोडिंग्स और रन प्रोग्राम्स ऑन लैपटॉप. सो you need some laptop setup for consuming APIs. Arjun is asking, I did not know programming. In that case, what should I do? So Arjun, अगर आपको प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज नहीं आता है, देन आप मोबाइल ऐप या वेबसाइट यूज कर सकते हैं ऑर्डर प्लेसमेंट के लिए. Is basket order available? So Prasad, basket order, since we offer trade API and you can place multiple orders together, so yeah, it will be as good as you are placing basket order. So आप एक बार में 10 order तक place कर सकते हैं API के through. So hope that will solve your basket order problem. So Sunny is asking, can we have the token generated for whole day instead of 1 hour as of now? So Sunny, we are working on that token generation thing, and soon we'll be able to provide you session validity for the day. So that will solve your problem. Uh, we have a question: is Kotak Neo integrated with Go charting platform? Kotak Trade API can be used with Go charting platform. So Go charting platform integration is ongoing. I believe within next 15 days, Go charting will be available on Kotak Neo platform as well. What about GTC order? So we are not offering GTC order as of now as part of API or Neo platform. Okay, so we have multiple questions on the WebSocket. Yes, the next video we are going to do on WebSocket only, so that how to consume and how we are going to get the LTP, that will be resolved there. Can we get live price? Yes, as part of WebSocket, you can get the live price. Long form of API, application programming interface. So basically, when you have to connect any application, you use it. Yeah, so I think we are done with the Q&A. Thank you everyone for joining this session. Next time we are going to come up with WebSocket and little more details about the trades.